We're moving on to our next segment right about now. It's all about headlines across Africa. Don't go away. Stay with us.
Headlines across Africa.
Headlines across Africa.
Headlines across Africa.
Headlines across Africa.
And headlines are taking us to Equatorial Guinea, the Republic of Congo,
Yep.
and South Africa.
All right. It's a lot of South Africa today, isn't it?
But we're starting from Equatorial Guinea, where we're reading from the Guinea Info Market portal. And the headline says Equatorial Guinea calls for U.S. collaboration in combating maritime piracy.
Nice.
Did you say nice?
You said they're calling for a collaboration, right?
In combating maritime piracy.
Yeah, I mean, these are those actually causing problem on the Somali something.
Yeah, that tells you the extent to which the issue has escalated.
No, but
For
coming
them
together to join forces to combat this, I think it's a good thing.
Yes, but I'm saying for them to actually be calling for help means that
Oh,
the
the
issue
support,
has...
right? Oh, it has escalated. Is that okay? Yeah, for that side, not really good at all. I caught the last part. Anyway, continue.
Well, the Republic of Equatorial Guinea has knocked on the door of the United States of America with the aim of having Equatorial Guinea work with its government to combat kidnappings and attacks on its platforms and oil tankers located in its jurisdictional waters.
Right.
We've had more than 80% of the Central African country's GDP, which depends on oil and gas resources originating in the waters of its exclusive economic zone located in the Gulf of Guinea, whose infrastructure has suffered at least 4 abductions during the recently concluding year 2020, which could greatly damage its national economy.
Not pretty.
Definitely not the best of stories. Not something you want to be reading. I mean, well, for this reason, the Foreign Minister and Corporation Simeon Oyono Esono Angui has met with U.S. politician Anthony Shintata, acting Undersecretary of Defense of the United States, who heads a delegation from his country on a working visit in Equatorial Guinea. Oyono Esono Angui, before thanking the Pentagon's host for the materials he offers, actually for the fight against COVID-19, also commented that maritime piracy is a key issue in his government's national security, while showing him the efforts that have made in coordinating with the countries of the sub-region to counter this scourge. It is also insisted on staff training, the exchange of information, and the provision of equipment and materials in order to counteract the effects of these crimes on the high seas.
Oh dear.
Not really the best of stories. We hope this collaboration works to the benefits.
Yeah, brings out the results that, they're looking for.
And actually brings a stop to the whole piracy thing.
I mean, it's causing a lot of damages, destruction, and everything.
I think I didn't really think pirates did exist.
Actually, me too.
I used to see them.
I know
mean,
about
when
the
I
Pirates
watched
of the
Jack
Caribbean.
Sparrow, yes, Jack Sparrow was like
That was the only one, and I thought
But
it was
then-
like a myth. Initially, frankly speaking.
Apparently, it was real.
Fast forward.
A friend of mine in the Navy said, "Oh, they literally had to be fighting them." I'm just thinking. Then I'm just trying to imagine Jack Sparrow kind of fighting in my head, and I'm like, nah, not this type.
Surprisingly, people. Well, in this case, you would want to support Jack Sparrow. He's a pirate, but you'd want to like him.
I think Jack Sparrow was somebody you could not help but like.
Yeah.
But I mean, in
even
this
though he
case,
was a pirate, right?
In this case, we're not doing Jack
that's
Sparrow.
That's a mythical,
issues.
thing. Just a fictional character played by, was it Johnny Depp? Yeah. But in general, I think it's actually causing more harm.
It's caused more harm for the national
a lot
economy.
of lives are being lost during this process, and I believe, and I just pray and hope that this particular collaboration would come out with the necessary positive result. Okay.
Well, on that note, we're moving to the Republic of Congo, where we're reading from the Dex Echo newspaper, and the headlines interestingly says, "Free education. In some places, we thought about getting children to work in the fields and selling the products to unpaid teachers."
Right. Okay.
Well, the Secretary General of the National Episcopal Conference of Congo, Aye Donatien Nsholi, on Wednesday, which is today, gave an update on the implementation of free education in Catholic convention schools.
Right.
Now, Mr. Nsholi said following the failure to take care of unpaid teachers, the new units, the church had to raise other options to save the policy of free tuition, which was decreed in September 2019.
Yeah.
To To avoid parents paying teachers to obey the head of state, in addition to dues to pay some teachers, elsewhere they even receive less than 10,000 Congolese francs to give a few things to the teacher who is not paid by the state. In some places, we thought to make some children who are of a certain age work, which is unfortunate. Now, they produce the fields and the products are sold in favor of this teacher. This is to say how we desperately sought here and there to save the policy of free education.
Okay.
And this was said by Senko Secretary General Alfie Donatien Nshole. Well, Senko reported that 202 Catholic registered schools use the practice, representing 1.6% of the total number of its schools. According to Senko statistics, the Catholic Church manages 18,638 schools, which is kindergarten, primary, and secondary, for 5,572,611 pupils and 253,844 teachers. Now, in this batch of white chalk professionals, we have 39,968 UN, which are teachers, and then 883 being the parents.
All right.
I am not in support of the idea. I think having the full picture would be good, but then I can't say that I fully agree with the fact that having a percentage of the children go and work, for which they're going to actually make produce and they sell the products in favor of the teachers. I'm not fully buying or going for that idea. But
I mean,
I believe that the
one who's a child activist, I believe, would think this is more like child labor.
That's what I'm saying. I think having a full picture of the whole situation will be much better before we cast any judgment or anything.
But I mean, per this, it's not really encouraging.
It's not encouraging. For them to actually get to a place where they've realized that it's not helping
and
or it's
children
not really
for that
going.
matter. Yeah, I mean, when matters arising involve children, it's problematic. I mean, these are people, vulnerable, beings and everything. So it's a very sensitive issue when it comes to children specifically. Let's see if moving forward there will be some positive developments from there.
Definitely.
Painting
Well,
a
the
different picture.
Sunday Times in South Africa is telling us that the Coronavirus Command Council has recommended reopening of schools to be delayed by 2 weeks.
Okay. All right.
The National Coronavirus Command Council, NCCC, which is Triple C, has recommended that the reopening of schools be postponed from January 27th to February 15th because of the spike in COVID-19 infections. Education stakeholders, including school governing body associations, teacher unions, and the National Alliance of Independent Schools Association, NISA, met with the senior officials from the Department of Basic Education on Wednesday night to ask them to postpone the reopening by 2 weeks.
Okay.
And all of this is stemming from the fact that they believe that the schools are not fully ready and things have not really been put in place for children to go back to school, especially looking at the fact that there's actually a spike in the cases recently in South Africa as well.
With
so
the recent
the new variant as well.
Strain, strain and
so
all.
it's something they want to be careful about and not necessarily endanger or put the children at risk. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Well, that's all we have for headlines across Africa.
It's easy to log on to africaglobalradio.com and find more interesting headlines from across various African countries right here. The show is Africa Daily on Africa Global Radio. Let's get on to talk about what's trending on social media today. Stay with us, don't go.
What's trending?
What's trending?
What is trending?
What's trending?
Yeah.
We have one thing trending. Hashtag Uganda.
Yeah, Uganda.
And we all know why Uganda is trending because today is, they're gone to the polls today.
Well, we know. For those who don't know.
Okay, for
Uganda
those
is
who
actually
don't know,
electing-
Uganda is actually
looking to elect the next leader.
going to elect the next president. And it's basically falls on two shoulders. We have the incumbent.
We don't know if there are others.
Well,
They
yeah, but
may
that's
be,
what
but
I'm
like
saying.
the major
That's why I
ones,
said
right?
it mainly.
Okay, yeah, right,
it mainly
right.
falls on the two. The incumbent, Yoweri Museveni,
Right.
and then we have the
Bobby Wine.
yes, So
Famously known as Bobby Wine.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. And interestingly, it's not really the best because yesterday, Facebook and Twitter and I think social media, then the internet was also like cut off.
Yeah.
Yes,
I mean, there's
internet
a lot of
access has been cut off.
developments,
Yes.
with respect to this particular election. It's a very dicey,
Very, very dicey
issue
and disturbing one.
yeah.
But the key thing, a lot of people out there are actually wishing for them, from the UN, from different
Organizations,
yes, bodies have
right.
actually come together to say they wish it's going to be a
Peaceful.
peaceful election,
Right.
free
And
and
fair.
fair. That's something they are hammering
That's the
on
topmost,
a
eh?
lot. Exactly. I mean, with internet access being cut off and with journalists, international journalists being denied
Leaves a
visas
lot-
to actually observe or
It
cover the whole
leaves
thing.
questions unanswered, huh?
Exactly. So
Yeah,
people
yes,
just
yes,
hope it's
yes,
going to
yes.
be free and fair.
Yeah, well, we will talk more about that when we get to our discussions on for today. So you should get ready to get your voices out there right here on the Africa Daily Show on Africa Global Radio. Thank you, Epi. That's all we have for trends.
Yes, that's all.
All right.